I'm flying to the moon.
Hey there, welcome back to Hearing Impact. I'm Gosandia, and today we're gonna talk about the story of one of science unsung heroines. Her name is Flossie Wong-Staal. So settle in because it's gonna be inspiring, heartfelt story of one woman in science that changed biomedical research forever. Let's start at the very beginning. Flossie Wong-Staal was born in Yongyi, Qing on August 27, 1946, in Guangzhou, China. She was born in a world so different from the one we know, a time when life was about survival and bold dreams. In 1952, when Flossie was just a little girl, her family had to make the tough decision to leave mainland China and seek refuge in Hong Kong after the sweeping changes of the Communist Revolution. It was a turbulent time, and yet, even as a child amidst uncertainty, she carried with her a spark for learning and discovery. Growing up in Hong Kong wasn't without its own flavor. Flossie attended Merignon Convent School, a place where she not only shined academically, but also discovered her passion for science. While none of the women in her family had ever studied or worked outside the home, her parents cheered her on every step of the way. Her teachers would often commend her curiosity and gently nudge her towards chasing opportunities abroad. In fact, they even suggested she adopt an English name to help her in her future studies. Her dad seized that moment and chose the name Flossie, inspired by a massive typhoon that hit Southeast Asia, a name born in the whirlwind of nature's energy, much like her own unstoppable spirit. When Flossie turned 18, she boldly left Hong Kong to pursue higher education at the University of California, Los Angeles. There, she studied bacteriology and graduated cum laude, completing her bachelor's degree in just 3 years. Not only was she adapting to a new country and culture, but she was also paving the way for women in science, becoming the first in her family to attend college. And she didn't stop there. Driven by her love for molecular biology, she earned her PhD from UCLA in 1972. It's hard not to feel inspired by somebody who dared to cross ocean, leaving behind the familiar to chase extraordinary dreams. Now, let's jump to the part of her journey that truly rocked the scientific community. Fresh out of her postdoctoral work at UC San Diego, Flossie made her move in 1973 by joining the team led by Robert Gallo at the National Cancer Institute in Bethesda, Maryland. Imagine being in a lab where everybody is buzzing with ideas, and then you step forward with a breakthrough concept. It was there that Flossie's brilliance shone the brightest. She became the very first scientist to clone HIV, a discovery that not only allowed her and her colleague to map out the functions of the virus genes, but also provided critical evidence that HIV was in fact the cause of AIDS. Her meticulous work on genetic mapping didn't just stay at an academic feat. It laid the foundation for developing blood tests that could detect the virus. And if that wasn't impressive enough, her team's insight into the microvirus of HIV later spurred the creation of life-saving drug cocktails for AIDS management. In other words, Flossie's work literally saved lives and changed the medical landscape for millions around the world. On top of that, Flossie didn't shy away from exploring other challenging frontiers. Alongside her pioneer HIV research, she also delved into studies on the human T lymphocytic virus, which is connected to certain forms of adult leukemia. Her contributions to retrovirus research rewrote textbooks and inspired a generation of scientists to look closer at the complex interplay between viruses and human hosts. As if her early career wasn't aware inspiring enough, Flossie's journey continued to evolve. In 1982, her incredible command over molecular genetics earned her the role of chief of the section of molecular genetics of hematopoietic cells at the NCY. Later, in 1990, she was lured to the University of California, San Diego, where she held the prestigious Florence Redford Chair in AIDS Research until 2002. It was there that she spearheaded groundbreaking research into gene therapy and ribozymes, pushing the boundaries on how we treat viral infections. But wait, there's more. With an entrepreneurial spark, Flossie co-founded a biopharmaceutical company called Immunosol, which will eventually be rebranded as iTherax Pharmaceuticals. Alongside her husband, Jeffrey McKelvey, she steered the company towards developing better drugs for hepatitis C. This phase of her career highlights how she not only excelled in academia, but also knew how to translate scientific insights into real-world solutions that would transform patient care. While it's easy to get swept up in the lab breakthroughs and scientific accolades, what really makes Flossie's story resonate on a personal level is her zest for life outside the research bench. Despite the demands of her work, Flossie always found time to enjoy life. She has a passion for travel, exploring new cultures, meeting interesting people, and learning from the world around her. Later in life, she unwound from the intensity of scientific research. She took up ballroom dancing, not just any dancing, she became a competitive ballroom dancer. It's like she balanced the rigor of molecular biology with the art and elegance of dance, showing us that one can be both incredibly brilliant and joyful alive. Flossie Wong-Staal legacy is nothing short of monumental. She shattered glass ceilings in science at a time when women, and especially women of Asian descent, faced significant obstacles. Her research not only catalyzed advances in our understanding of HIV/AIDS, but also opened the doors for countless innovations in virology and biomedical research. By being the most cited female scientist of the 1980s, with nearly 7,800 citations in one notable article, she proved that determination, hard work, and curiosity can change the world. Her pioneer spirit continued to inspire the next generation of scientists and remind us that every breakthrough begins with the courage to ask, what if? Even as she passed away on July 8, 2020, at the age of 73 due to complications from pneumonia, her ideas and discoveries live on, fueling ongoing research and saving lives every day. Flossie's story is a true testament to the idea that science isn't just about test tubes and microscopes. It's about vision, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of bettering humanity. As we wrap this episode, I hope you are inspired by Flossie's incredible journey from a little girl in Hong Kong to a curious pioneer that changed modern medicine forever. Her life teaches that passion and perseverance can overcome any barrier, and that when the odds are against you, then one person's brilliant mind can spark a revolution in science. Thank you for joining to this deep dive of Flossie Wong-Staal world. I hope you carry a piece of your spirit with you. Be curious, be bold, and never underestimate one person impacting the world. So until next time, keep seeking knowledge and never stop celebrating the women that light up our way.
I'm flying to the moon.